Hello, I'm Tyrell Morris.
And I'm Erica Morris.
And we are the Morrises. And on this episode, we will be talking about getting to know us.
So, I'm Erica Morris. I was born in Macon, Georgia, July 9th, 1984. I am the youngest of two. I have a brother who's 4 years older than me, and I also have a sister cousin that's 4 years older than me.
And I'm from South Dakota. Don't laugh. Yes, South Dakota. My father was military, so we traveled a lot and we've been all over the world. But I also have 3 siblings. I have an older sister, an older brother, and a younger brother. Growing up, everybody thought we were twins, but we are not. We are 14 months apart.
So, my favorite color is green. No real reason. I just like green and all shades of green.
And my favorite color is blue. For one reason, I love the water and I love the sky. Never really knew why I love those 2 things, but for some reason they have something in common.
My favorite food is so many. I don't necessarily have a favorite food. I just love food.
Yes, we know.
I would say I love dessert more than food.
For breakfast.
For breakfast, I love dessert.
Your main reason for wanting dessert?
What do you mean?
I don't know.
Anyway, I love dessert. I don't necessarily have a favorite food. I mean, I like pizza because you can eat pizza all the time. But if I had to choose one thing to eat for the rest of my life, it would be dessert. And I would be fat. And Tyra would leave me. But, yeah, I like dessert.
First of all, I wouldn't leave you. I would just slap dessert out of your hand.
Rude.
But my favorite food is pizza. Because, like she said, you can eat pizza all the time. But growing up, I always watched the Ninja Turtles. And that was their favorite food, pizza. And I wanted to be a Ninja Turtle. I wanted to be a Leonardo. And pizza is my favorite food. Call me weird if you want to. It's whatever.
Favorite activity. I would say my favorite activity, it used to be shopping, but now that I've gotten older, I prefer to just sit at home and watch TV on the couch and eat dessert.
Your favorite hobby?
Favorite activity.
Favorite activity. My favorite activity is working out an activity. My favorite activity, probably my favorite hobby too, but my favorite activity is definitely working out. It's a stress reliever. It allows me to take those emotions that I have on the inside and put them to good use, which is building up not only my body, but my mind and my spirit as well.
Good for you.
Thank you.
My favorite hobby is baking and decorating a little bit, but more so baking. And because of this pusher dream coach person I have sitting next to me, I turned that hobby into a business called Sweet Generations. So I'm a professional baker now.
So your business and your hobby goes to your favorite food, which is desserts.
It's all full circle.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. My favorite hobby is writing, and I would say speaking. I grew up a lot hearing that I was a preacher. I just don't see myself on a pulpit. I'm very shy, so no. But I do talk to people. But yes, that is my favorite hobby. I love to, the same way with working out, I love to express myself and get those things that's on the inside of me out. And if I can't speak to somebody else, I'll just write them down in poetry or some type of journaling or something like that.
How tall are you?
How tall am I really, or in my eyes? Because in my eyes, I'm 6'1", but when I go to the doctors and things like that, I'm 5'11".
So you're 5'11".
I'm 5'11".
I'm 5'4.5", maybe.
Maybe.
Something like that.
And we're not gonna talk about weights because you never ask a woman her weight. But she's gorgeous anyways.
I can tell you my weight. I don't care. I'm not overweight. I'm 140. For me, gaining weight has been a struggle for a very, very long time. And everybody always says, why would you want to gain weight? It's like, well, you have weight, so you don't understand. But I didn't reach 100 pounds till I graduated high school. So being skinny was just me all the time. So even now that I weigh 140, I still don't look 140. So I don't really care about the number. How much do you weigh though?
So my goal weight.
No.
Listen. This
No.
is full circle.
How much do you weigh
it's
now?
Full circle.
Currently, how much do you weigh?
So my goal weight. My goal weight is 200 pounds, but I am currently 220 pounds.
Unnecessary. Anywho, he was stick skinny when I met him, but they say it's happy weight, so I'm just happy.
I was happy then too.
Not really, because you didn't have me. So I am a full-time respiratory therapist, technically. And then I'm a baker on the side. And a full-time mom and wife. So, yeah.
And I am a full-time leader in management in the industrial industry. I am also a 2-time self-published author. I'm also a mentor, a dream coach, as well as, like my wife said, a husband and a father.
What's your favorite season?
My favorite season would be wintertime because I love my jackets, I love sweaters, and I just love to put on nice coats that you can't wear in the summertime. And I don't like to sweat unless I'm working out. So summertime is a no-go for me. What is yours?
So I like summer because my birthday's in summer, obviously. But usually after my birthday's gone, I'm kind of over it because I don't like to be hot either. But I don't like to be cold either. So usually like spring kind of works for me, or like early fall. However, where we live, we don't have any different seasons. It's just hot all the time, even when it's supposed to be cold. So pet peeves. What does Tyrell do that gets on my last?
Why does it have to be about me though?
Oh,
you can say that one too, but let's just in all, what is your pet peeves?
Feet. I do not like feet. The most disgusting thing ever. Unless they're baby feet. Then baby feet, I like. Kingston's about to be 8. He has until the age of 10, and then he will no longer be able to put his feet on me, and I won't touch them. Feet are so disgusting to me.
Is feet a pet peeve though?
It's something I don't like.
I guess.
I don't like to see them. I don't like to touch them. I don't like for them to touch me. But I put my feet on Tyrell.
All the time. And they're cold. My pet peeves all around.
No, I have another one. Sorry. Wet floors. I do not like wet floors. Cannot stand wet floors. I don't know why. It's just the grossest thing to me. I do not like wet floors.
My pet peeves are excessive noise. I do not like excessive noise. Whether it's a kid or an adult. If you're just banging on something just because, no. And my second one would be, you have to see it to understand it, but ugly faces. When you give somebody a question or an answer and they just make one of those, Yeah, that's the look. Can't stand it.
So, Tyrell and I both had children before we entered into this relationship, now marriage. I have Kingston, who is 7.
And I have Serenity, who is 11.
So, we have a blended family, and
It works
kind of.
somewhat. So my daughter is from a previous marriage that didn't work out. She stays with her mother, and they do not stay close to us. But I do my best as a father to talk to her, FaceTime her as much as possible. It's still a situation that I have a hard time dealing with because growing up, I seen families where children weren't raised in the same household, and it wasn't something that I wanted. So it's a situation, it's a task that I have to try to overcome every single day because it's not just something that happens monthly or yearly. It's an everyday journey. But I love my daughter. We engage as much as we can, and eventually one day we'll grow up and we'll have the best relationship ever.
And Kingston is from a previous relationship. Didn't quite make it down the aisle, thank God. But Tyrell has been a great father to Kingston, and he's just been an awesome dad.
And I love him. That's my boy, Kingston. So my goals and dreams are to be a famous author and speaker, as well as a mentor. Just sharing my experiences with young men as well as the youth, just showing them great ways to just better themselves and to overcome any obstacle that they're facing.
My goals and dreams. There are so many. However, I don't know. I mean, a goal of mine is to not work for somebody else. So, whatever goes along with getting me to that point. Do I want a bakery one day? Maybe. I'm not sure though. I don't think so. I prefer to be a home baker. Um, because I feel like if I turn it into a business, it's like I feel like if I get an actual bakery, then I'm forced to have to make it work, and it's not going to be exciting for me as it is to just do it from home, and I can just pick it up and put it down whenever I want to. I also like to travel more and just be a great mom and show my child the world while he's young, and to have more children. Why you laugh?
One day. I'm just listening.
I told them the year that I was born. They know I'm getting old. And you didn't.
Then what?
Tell them when you were born.
Didn't?
No.
I was born January 19th, 1987.
It's just a baby.
Capricorn.
Just a baby.
Grown baby.
So, Tyrell, if there was one thing that you could change about your life today, because tomorrow's not promised, what would it be?
If I could change one thing, that I met my goal of 1 million copies sold of my newest book, Make Your Next Move Your Best Move, the Dream Play Booklet, which is out on Amazon right now. That and being a New York Times bestseller.
We're going to know the fact that I said one thing, and I guess those go hand in hand.
I was about to say, you invented it. They all go together.
Whatever.
What about you?
If there was one thing that I could change today, it would be that I was healthier. I know that doesn't really make sense because I love dessert, but I just wish I had the drive to want to work out every single day and to not eat dessert so much. But, I do a little bit here and there, but not as much as I should.
We working on that. I'm throwing away all the desserts.
So, now that you all know us a little bit more individually, let's talk about us as a couple. So, where did we meet?
You were stalking me.
Cut the tape. I was not stalking him. He was stalking me on Facebook. Now continue.
So she said I was stalking her on Facebook.
Okay, rephrase the question. Who reached out to whom first?
I reached out to you.
Technically, no, you didn't reach out to me. You reached out to somebody else and inquired about me.
We skipping the middleman right here.
Okay.
But I reached out to somebody to reach out to her because she was just so cute and she had a cute son. So, and she had a beautiful smile like that right there.
Like that right there.
Right there, right there. But anyways, that's how we met, through social media, and we've been moving forward ever since. What was the main reason why you wanted to go out with me? Because at first you did.
I didn't. So,
Tip right there, fellas. Keep trying. Do not stop for whatever it is that you want.
Well,
not just in a woman, but in your goals and dreams as well.
Well, I'm not gonna say I didn't want to go out with him, but I had been in a relationship and I was just kind of over it. Long story short, I was just basically over men in general. And so, I prayed to God that, I'm done being in relationships, I'm done dating, all this other stuff. Like, I was fed up and just over it. And then, like, 2 days later, here he showed up. And so I was like, who sent you? Because why? Yeah. So that's why I was skeptical about going out with him in the first place. But I mean, I talked to him through social media. It was a few days before I gave him my phone number. And I don't think I gave him my phone number. He gave me his phone number. And we talked and we text. And then he wanted to talk on the phone. I'm not a phone talker person unless I'm talking to my mom or my aunt or my cousin. So he wanted to talk to me on the phone. So he called and we talked.
And we talked.
And we talked. And we talked some more. And then it came to be, and every day we're up till 4 o'clock in the morning just talking on the phone. And so he asked me out and I decided to go. And where was our first date?
The Bohemian rooftop restaurant.
Yes. And
a stroll through the downtown area.
And we went to some club thing too.
The live music that I took you to.
Is that the Sphinx?
I don't know the name of it, but I took it to a live music bar something, and she liked it. It was new for you?
No.
You ain't ever been there before?
I had never been there because it's a wonderful club.
I think that's why I took you, because it was wonderful.
So yeah, we went out and he asked me to be his girlfriend numerous times. And I said no numerous times. Like I told you in the beginning, I didn't want to be nobody's girlfriend. So why you keep asking? I don't know. So, I mean, we still hung out and we were still friends, but I just didn't want to be his girlfriend. But he was very, very persistent. And obviously it worked because we're married now. But childish. Anywho, so yeah, I mean, and we dated for probably like 3 or 4 months before I even told anybody. He could have been a serial killer rapist and nobody would have ever known because nobody knew. I didn't tell anybody. It was just a me and God thing and that was it, and I didn't want anybody to know. But it worked out and he's not a serial killer or a rapist, so.
What? Neither one of those.
So yeah, I don't recommend doing that. That was just a me thing. I don't know. And ordinarily, I wouldn't have done that, but I don't know. It just felt like the right thing to do in the moment. So I didn't tell anybody. And what else about us?
So much. We like to dance in the kitchen.
I do Broadway shows in the kitchen that he don't like.
You want to give them an example?
No.
Oh, it's not Broadway until the people see it.
No. It's for the VIP Broadway members.
What does VIP stand for?
Man, don't even. He just learned that today.
I did. Never knew what VIP stood for, but I always was in the VIP line. Crazy, right?
You so extra.
Don't judge me.
How did he propose? I'm not sure where he came up with this idea, but he proposed to me at church in front of everybody after church was over.
Disaster.
Why was it a disaster?
Because I was on my knee for like 15 minutes.
Well, that wasn't my fault because I didn't know. But
Shout out to Pastor Corey, Hope City Church. We thank you. It was an honor.
It was kind of weird for me because I'm very shy and I don't like being the center of attention. So it made me kind of anxious. And I kind of felt like something was going to happen when we were in church because he left to go to the bathroom and then he never came back. And then it was like time for prayer. And then I had my head down and I was just praying. I was like, God, please, when I open my eyes, do not let him be standing on the stage with a ring because something just feels real awkward.
And he answered your prayer, right?
And he answered my prayer and I opened my eyes. He was not, and I was so relieved. And so then after church, a friend of mine was like, oh, we're going to take pictures after church across the hall in that room over there. Okay, no big deal. But then she just kind of played it up and it was a little extra and he still hadn't come back from the bathroom and now church was over. So I'm like, okay, I need to go to children's church and get Kingston and, I guess I'll see him in the hallway somewhere. And so I was rushed into this room and then I'm sitting there and there's nobody there to take pictures with me or of me. So I'm like, okay, like something's about to happen and I just didn't know what it was. So.
And I want to thank everybody who was a part of it, but that was not how it was supposed to happen.
So, walk down the hall and he's standing there, on one knee at the end of the hallway with all the other guys from church that had signs that say, will you marry? And Kingston was holding the one that said me. And it was super cute, but I don't know, it just gave me so much anxiety to be the center of attention. But it was his way, and he wanted to do it that way. So, I appreciate it.
Because I'm a godly man and I wanted to do it in the church.
Well, amen.
Hallelujah.
So, fast forward to wedding day. We got married September 1st, 2019. As far as honeymoon goes, we didn't have a honeymoon right after. Not really.
A real honeymoon.
Right. So there was a hurricane that was about to hit. So we evacuated the morning after our wedding, as did all of our guests, because there was a hurricane coming. So don't get married during hurricane season.
Right. Because the wedding almost got rained out. Good thing we had a good venue.
Right.
That was allowed us to be able to swap the reception and the wedding in the same location. So that definitely worked out for us.
So I wanted my wedding to be outside, and it rained, so it couldn't be outside. So we had to move it inside. And then it didn't. It rained a little bit that morning, but it didn't end up raining anymore that day. Thank goodness. But then, yeah, the hurricane was supposed to hit, I think, like that Tuesday, because we got married on Sunday. So Monday, Labor Day, everybody was evacuating and trying to get out of town because of the hurricane. So we've taken other small trips since then, but not an actual leave the country honeymoon type thing because COVID.
Right.
So, yeah. So we'll see. We'll get a honeymoon eventually.
So we thank you for joining us on this episode of We Are the Morrises and getting to know who we are, not only as individuals, but as a couple. And we hope you join us next time.
You can follow us on our Instagram page at Madly Morris or our individual pages, and Tyrell will link all that stuff below.
Subscribe to this channel.
That too.
Peace.